And now, in a moment, we'll start the ERG Excellence Awards ceremony. Stay with us, we're starting very shortly.
Every one of us, no matter who we are, what we identify as, or what we are able to do, wants to feel safe and respected. This is a universal need. It applies to our private lives, our families and friends, as well as our working lives, our offices and teams. It is up to all of us to work towards a world where this simple yet powerful need to feel safe and respected is met. This we cannot do alone. It requires all of us to implement necessary measures in our respective fields, as well as cooperating and learning from one another. On behalf of the German government, let me underline that we are firmly committed to promoting diversity and inclusion in all areas of our society. And this commitment is not limited to Germany, where obviously a lot remains to be done. It is also an essential part of our foreign policy and human rights engagement. But governments can only do so much. Equally important is the role of business. After all, we all spend most of the week at work interacting with colleagues and customers. When it comes to diversity and inclusion, the business sector is in many ways a trendsetter. It is well known that employers directly benefit when employees feel respected and safe. Only then will they bring their ideas to the table and fully realize their potential. The more heterogeneous the group is, the larger the pool of ideas. And when that realization has not yet spread to all parts of society, it may sometimes also be the role of enterprises to go ahead and showcase practical new ways of doing things to society and sometimes also to governments. The D&I Changemakers Conference offers an excellent opportunity to think about just that, how businesses can enhance diversity and inclusion in practical ways. And it is my great pleasure to join you today, at least virtually, to support you. I also wish to congratulate our partners Diversity Hub for their amazing efforts in ensuring that this event can take place despite the pandemic situation. This is crucial because we should not underestimate the impact the pandemic and the restrictions have had on diversity and inclusion. Some may be positive. Working from home can increase accessibility, but of course some may also be negative when it comes to the risk of isolation. I believe it is our task now as change makers to make sure that we utilize the willingness to do things differently due to the experiences during the pandemic, and that we ensure new practices adopted aid our shared goal of diversity and inclusion. Thank you so much for your attention.
Message by Dr. Arndt Freitag for Leuenhofen, German ambassador to Poland. In 2021, the ERG Center for Diversity Hub has additionally benefited Federal Foreign Office and the US Consulate. We are about to start our special ceremony celebrating the amazing diversity of ERG Center by Diversity Hub success stories. Welcome to the ERG's Excellence Awards 2021. I'm joined by Anna Zaroda-Dąbrowska, who will officially inaugurate our gala. I hope we already have the connection with Anna. Hello, Anna.
Hello. Hello. I don't know if
Hi,
you
hello.
hear me. Okay. Welcome to the ERG Excellence Awards ceremony. It's a great pleasure for me to open the event that summarizes ERG project contest, but also Diversity and Inclusion Changemakers 2021 in the same time. So it is not accidental that we do it together, because it is all about change makers. We are talking about change makers, and this is what the contest and the awards are about. So the awards are to show the real change makers of the business. We want to honor those who take accountability for their workplace, who make a lot of efforts to make the working environment better and to make our lives better. We want to give recognition for inspiring projects. We want to promote grassroots initiatives that changes the workplace, and we want to appreciate those who do the great job. It wouldn't be possible without the efforts of our fantastic team of ERG Center, but also without the support of our great partner, and the Consulate General of the United States of America. Thank you very much for all your efforts and for our cooperation. So, dear persons, I would like to congratulate to all teams that applied with the project this year. That was a great job you do. I hope you have a good time today.
Thank you very much, Anna, and Director of Strategic Initiatives, ERG Center Lead at Diversity Hub, to tell us more about the activities of the center. Hello, Anna.
Hello, Łukasz, thank you. We have already had a number of conversations, so we know that I believe that ERGs are really strategic inclusion partners, and a lot of people in the ERG Center share my belief. We believe in the power of networks, and we want to see networks that are more effective, connected, and visible. So we have a number of activities that support those three pillars. We offer workshops, we have spotlight sessions, we have mentoring program for ERG leaders, we bring together people for task forces, and we develop a number of resources. You can go on our website and download the ERG playbook that has just been launched. There's also going to be a lot of different tools there. And one part of our activity is to make sure that employee resource groups are visible. And that's why we started this global competition, the ERG Excellence Awards, because we really want to honor employee networks and their commitment to advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. You will find sometimes this kind of descriptions of ERG as unsung heroes of diversity and inclusion work in the organization. So we really want to make that more visible. And Łukasz, if I can ask you to maybe play a short animation just explaining what we do in the center before we start talking about the awards and who actually have won this year.
ERG Center helps organizations realize the full potential of ERGs. ERGs, employee resource groups, are voluntary, employee-led networks that bring together people who share an interest in a specific dimension of diversity. They serve as a resource for its members, foster diversity and inclusion, and drive business results for the organization. ERG Center works with leaders of these networks and other key organizational stakeholders, like executive sponsors or diversity, equity, and inclusion professionals. Our mission is to support ERGs to be more effective, connected, and visible.
So that was Initiatives ERG Center Lead at Diversity Hub. Allow me now to welcome the founder of today's awards, Alexei Monserrat, Economic Officer at the US Consulate in Krakow. Good,
Are you able
good
to hear me
afternoon,
now?
sir. I hope you can hear me and see me.
I can
Yes.
now. Great. Well, thank you very much. Good afternoon to everyone. As Łukasz mentioned, I'm the political and economic consul at the U.S. consulate here in Krakow. I'm very happy to be speaking to everyone today because the U.S. government is strongly focused on diversity and inclusion. President Biden signed an executive order in June of this year, making clear that, and quoting from that, as the nation's largest employer, the U.S. federal government must be a model for diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility, where all people are treated with dignity and respect. And as the German ambassador noted, this applies not only to our domestic and internal workforce and the way that we think about things, but it also applies to our foreign policy. You may have had the chance to listen to the Senate confirmation hearing that took place yesterday for the ambassador nominee to Poland, Mark Brzezinski. And he also outlined that one of his priorities, should he be named ambassador, would be to promote diversity and inclusion here in Poland. And I'm also happy to be working with a group that does engage the business community, as others have also noted. We often say in the U.S. government that our businesses are some of our best ambassadors, and that their practices demonstrate the values of the United States overseas in ways that even we as diplomats sometimes have a harder time doing because our reach and our engagement is not as deep as the business community in some cases. So this is why the U.S. consulate here in Krakow is proud to support the ERG Center, along with our colleagues from the German Federal Foreign Office. Employee resource groups are a vital tool in making diversity and inclusion a mainstream topic that is embedded in the workplace. Our mission here in Poland has a diversity working group that functions in a similar way to an ERG, as do many other missions at U.S. embassies around the world. And I do want to thank the ERG Center for hosting this gala, because I do think that providing public recognition and raising the profile of the excellent work that many of these groups are doing is very important. And I hope that it will energize and incentivize others to do the same things. So I'm looking forward to the session today, and thanks again very much for having me.
And we are absolutely honored to have you join us today. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Alexei Monserrat, Political and Economic Officer at the U.S. Embassy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Time to introduce our jury. We have Anna Kostecka, Global Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Strategist, ERG Center Lead, Daniel Young, Director, Customer Experience Strategy and Operation, the Mosaic Employee Resource Group. We have Margaret Amakauhia Novak, including Belonging in the Workplace Consultant. We have Tomasz Dąbrowski, Co-founder and VP at Diversity, Managing Director at Luxoft, Poland. Our first category today is the ERG Audience Award. We'll be joined by Anna Zaroda-Dąbrowska to announce this award.
Hello again, nice to see you. Again, it's a great pleasure for me to introduce Audience Award, because we came up with the idea to organize Audience Award because we wanted to engage the community. We wanted to invite you to take part in this contest and have impact on promoting the best and most inspirational projects that were submitted to this contest this year. And we asked you, when we talk about the criterion, the main criterion, what we choose, what we wanted to find in those projects was the inspiration. So we asked you which project was that one that inspired you the most to implement the similar or maybe the same initiative in your workplace. And the number of votes was really overwhelming. We didn't expect that. So I'm really proud to say that more than 800 people voted for the projects in ERG Excellence Awards. And my great pleasure is to introduce the unquestionable winner of Audience Award. And it is Prism Poland from Jacobs Engineering Group.
Good afternoon,
Hello.
everybody. Thank you so much. I hope you can all hear me. On behalf of Prism Poland, I would like to thank not only those who voted for us, but also those who have helped us from the beginning of this network in Jacobs Engineering Poland. So first and foremost, the inspiring Kevin Humphreys and Chris Sielewczyk from our UK family, our senior management in Jacobs Poland, Gosia Norwecka-Drochlińska, Janek Lewanowicz, Jonathan Billings, and Robert Siupik, who have shown nothing but support for all our initiatives, not only this particular one. It feels really great to be recognized as myself, as Dagmara Hadyna, Agata Kaczmarek, Nash Aljundi, and Anna Ray, but we would not be able to have this award without so many people and their contribution and their support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and huge congratulations to you.
Thank you once again.
So it's Przemysław Dudek. Przemysław, stay with us for a moment. I would like to give a little bit of background about the project itself. Prism Poland by Jacobs. Starting, if you're a member of the LGBTQ plus community in Poland and you're starting a new job, you inevitably come across challenges as you don't know the culture and attitudes towards your community in your new workplace. The project program of the new hires by adding information relevant to the LGBTQ plus community to the onboarding package. It included the frequently asked questions explaining how to avoid using that name in the workplace, was of absence for same-sex couples, and employment of relatives for queer relationships in Poland. The work also resulted in updating the company's benefits and policies to be more inclusive for the LGBTQ+. To you, Przemysław. Our voters chose this project as the most inspiring one, the kind of initiative they would gladly see implemented within their organizations. But what are the key lessons learned from implementation of this project?
I think that what we have learned from the project is that it's very important to voice ideas and issues to those in power within an organization. I mean that people might be the best allies and one might feel as knocking down an open door, but it is up to self-advocacy groups as Prism Poland to start the conversation on the changes needed. I think this is the biggest lesson we have from here, that we have to speak up.
Przemysław in our first and very important category. Once again, congratulations and thank you.
Once again, thank you very much.
I'm now joined by Anna Kostecka, Director of Street Diversity Hub, to announce our special award. Ania.
Thank you, Łukasz. I think if you were engaged and if you were voting, you could kind of look at the competition and see how the votes were looking. But this is the first time I'm going to be announcing the award, the special award this year, and we had a very clear winner in this category. So the special award is really about, we were looking for projects that were supporting employees with the challenges that emerged during the pandemic. And with this particular project that have won, the jury was really impressed with how the project responded to a challenge that a group of employees that were disproportionately affected by COVID had. And we were really thrilled to see that a simple idea that started from a need for a community and connection turned into a global initiative. It expanded to more than 10 countries, and it had events with almost 2,000 participants, registrants. And another thing that we noted for this project is that it also targeted systemic barriers in the workplace, and it prepared guides not only for working mothers, but also for their leaders. So I am very thrilled to announce that 2021 ERG Special Award, Most Valuable COVID-19 Response, goes to Mama Bear from TELUS. And I'm going to be joined, I think, by...
And hopefully in a moment we should be. Anna, please continue.
Okay, so hopefully we'll be able to hear a little bit more about the winners of this particular award. Let's see if we are going to have a connection. Awesome. I know that you are joining us, I think, from Canada, so it's pretty early for you in the morning. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's fine. Thank you.
Just to give a little bit of background, a few words about Mama Bear by TELUS. The concept of Mama Mixes started with the simple idea of bringing mothers together to talk, share their victories and vulnerabilities, and lean on one another for support. Global events with almost 2,000 participants involving international partners and held in over 10 countries, for example, Canada, El Salvador, Romania. The Mama Bear program has also developed 3 maternity leave guide working mums, but also their leaders, and launched TELUS's first market research survey to better understand the needs of working parents. And they say that they are just getting started. Is that correct?
That's right. So super happy about... Sorry, there's a bit of a lag, but I want to say thank you so much for this recognition and honor. It's really special to be able to have something that started just a year ago during the pandemic to support moms in the workplace. And it's really incredible to see the huge impact that it's already had across the organization, like you said, spanning over 10 countries and being able to support team members in this situation. So I just wanted to say that during the when the pandemic hit, I think a lot of boundaries between work and home were blurred, and traditional family support systems really disappeared. So parents, particularly moms, had to take on every role from teacher to caregiver to playmate to counselor. So clearly there was a need for connection and community with other moms in a similar situation. So that's where Mama Bear was born, and it was simply to create this space to connect, but it quickly exploded nationally. So our virtual Mama Mixer events have allowed moms to connect, share common problems and also victories, and be able to find like-minded people who are going through similar situations. And we've covered topics from parenting through a pandemic through to how moms can better find time for themselves. And we're continuing to grow these grassroots detailed paternity leave guides for both expecting moms and for leaders who support them when our official HR resources weren't sufficient. So on behalf of the TELUS Mama Bear team, thanks again for the award, and I'm really glad that we can bring some awareness to the resources that we've set up and to hopefully inspire some other organizations globally to create a better working experience for working moms.
Katie, as you put it yourself, it wasn't an easy time to run a project. Once again, congratulations on winning the award. Katie Sin, representing TELUS. Main prize today, I'm now joined by the founder of today's awards, Alexei Monserrat, Political and Economic Officer at the US Consulate in Krakow.
Hello again. It's nice to see everyone again.
Hello again.
I wanted to announce that we have, in fact, 2 awards in this category this year. It was decided, the decisions were difficult as the jury was making its decisions. So we have the ERG Leadership Grand Award, but then also a special distinction in the ERG Leadership Award. And to explain a little bit about the criteria that the jury was using in order to make this decision, they had defined it as impact. And that is to mean, what is the impact of the project? How does it advance goals related to diversity, equity, and inclusion in the organization? And what benefit does it bring to the organization, all employees, or a community? And so I will start first with the special distinction in the ERG Leadership Award, which I am happy to award to the Mama Bear program at TELUS.
Congratulations to Mama Bear again on this category. It was a difficult choice, wasn't it? But is the main prize, the Grand Award, ERG Leadership Award.
Okay, and I would like to then present the Leadership Award and a little bit about sort of what the jury found when it was making this decision, or the reason that they made the decision. They were particularly impressed with the impact, as discussed, that the network had on the workplace in the company. It improved the onboarding program for new hires, but then also helped to benefit current employees and updating their policies to be more inclusive. And in fact, the program that they have developed is going to be copied by the company's global network, which is a significant number of people. And I am happy to announce the Leadership Award to Jacobs and their PRISM network. And I think Przemysław is going to join us again for a minute, or?
Yes, thank you again.
Hello, Przemek.
I hope
it's a lucky day for you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Fantastic. I think you can see the smile on my face, and we are very grateful for this award, and it feels amazing to be recognized, especially that we have been active for little over a year. I have already thanked our senior management, but I also need to mention all those who have worked hard with us last year. Magda Korona, with whom I was the first co-chair of the chapter, Marysia Sarnecka-Skalny, Michał Nowaczewski, Anna Gagola, Roma Kapusta, and all of our wonderful PRISM members, enthusiasts, and collaborators. This award means a lot because it also validates what we have been doing for the last year, and we are very, very grateful for this. Thank you so much.
Przemysław, now that you have received 2 awards already, can you tell us, how do you think, what are the key factors behind the success of this?
I think that this is a combination of two factors. First of all, is all the support we had from our members, from people in the company. And the second is quite the opposite, because it is all the challenges we were given and all the nudges, gentle nudges, not to just wave the flag during the Pride Month, but also to have the impact on the everyday life of our employees and of Jacobs Poland. And I think we did it quite well. I think our initiatives were not limited, of course, only to this onboarding FAQ, but we also had quite a nice amount of other events and projects that I believe worked. I think I will always think that I'm very grateful to Dagmara, Nash, Agata, and Anna, because I was very lucky to get into these projects with them. And I think it is really amazing that we had the space in which we were able to challenge the energy towards inclusion, and that we already had in us, but it just needed some channeling. Thank you.
Przemysław Dudek, Jacobs Group, winning the main prize today. And thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
I would very much like to thank all our partners in helping us support this political economic officer at the US Consulate in Krakow, of course. Thank you, sir, once again. And now I'm back with Ania.
Thank you so much, Łukasz. Thank you so much, Łukasz, and you've been an amazing host for the whole conference, also for this gala of the awards. I think there's nothing really left for me to just tell you that how happy I am to be able to recognize amazing groups and amazing employee networks and their impact on the workplace. If you want to learn a little bit more about some of the other projects, also really, really great impact, please check them out on our website, www.ergscenter.com. And I also just wanted to thank everyone who participated in the competition. I want to thank the jury, the team that organized the competitions, and one more time congratulate the winners. So we have 4 awards, because we could not recognize how close the leadership award race was. And I really would like to invite you to submit your initiative in the next edition of the ERG Awards. Let's make sure that this work that the leaders and the members of an ERG put in gets even more visible. And of course, we'll follow up with the leaders. You'll get the actual awards and you will hear from us. Thank you so much, and really congratulations. It's been really inspiring for me to read the submission actually of every participating organization, and I really, really look forward to reading them again in the next editions. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much for leading this initiative. All that is left for us to do now in the past 3 days of super intensive conversations, talks, debates. Believe me, it's not every day that I facilitate 10 plus interviews and debates a day. Quite a challenge. So many of you from around the world participated in this conversation. Join us next year, because we'll surely organize the next edition of Changemakers 2021 next year, and we'll do our best also to analyze and process all that with us so gracefully and generously during this conference. All the best. Stay healthy, stay safe, and happy, healthy new year as and when it comes. Thank you.